Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It's Super Kid.
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! The Super Kid Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you gotta get the coffin skin. Hey, yo, and away we go. My God, I got to get into here quick because we are going to have an insane night here of action with the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream here tonight. It is a pleasure having each and every one of you here, whether you're checking out live, whether you're checking out on YouTube, whether you're checking out the VODs. Always a ton of fun of having you here. And yeah, tonight is going to be jam-packed with a ton of fun. And yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on right now. And for once, it almost feels like AEW is not the complete bonkers company here. It always seems that AEW's got something stupid going on that's causing problems here, but we got Impact who, in my opinion, just Jim herded themselves, but we're going to have to see what happens there. We got WWE and their booking debacle on the main event, and Dwayne deciding to get involved a little bit too much. And then you got New Japan. They're losing everybody left, right, and center. Stardom fired their former owner just because he was poaching talent to WWE, it appears. Or starting his own promotion right now. Yeah. For that part, you're going to have to check out Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk here, which we're going to raid out to after we are done here tonight. They're going to be over on our local establishment on a special Wednesday night show. Mr. Zodiac, how the hell are you doing today? I was just talking about how crazy things are right now when it comes to everybody but AEW. Like, is it just me or is AEW better than Cody Rhodes' book? Here we go. There you go. You deserve that one. But yeah, like WWE's a mess. TNA's now a mess. New Japan's a mess. Stardom's a mess. The only sane promotion right now is AEW. And it's who would have thought 6 months ago that we would be in a situation like this? Now, it's all pendant on Tony Khan and his big announcement coming up, which may or may not have been spoiled earlier today. It might end up being a CM Punk-style announcement where they're announcing that they're going to be playing a special show at the Fleet Center in Boston, formerly known as the TD Bank Garden. If he mentions the TD Bank Garden as part of the announcement, I will pop, because that's knowing your history, and that's sort of apropos for what's going to happen here. But it looks like Mercedes Moné might be making her debut a week after Revolution. So if that's the case, because the day that they have booked for it, it appears that they normally do their St. Patrick's Day Slam card there, which actually would make even more sense with being in Boston and the whole Celtics pride and whatnot here. But yeah, there's crazy announcements going all over the board. Now, you know what? If you guys checked out social media today, I have one of my own, and I will be talking about it during the show a little bit more. But thanks to your guys' feedback and people that have reached out to me, I'm making a few changes around here. First, I'll give you the bad news here. For the last, it's got to be at least 14, 15 months, we've been able to do a gaming video every day on our gaming channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're looking for more subscribers every day. Unfortunately, the streak of having one video every day looks like it's going to be coming to an end here in a couple weeks. Right now, I've always stressed that quality of life is more important than quality of gaming on here. For any member of Backbreaker Gaming. So right now we got two people that are brand new fathers on the crew with PJC and Rick Jules here. So they're taking a step back. They're not leaving. They're just taking some time off to, take care of their lives and take care of their families' lives, which is, for me, most important. So with that being said, we're not going to be able to get videos up every single day here. It's probably going to come up here in the next couple weeks, so we're going to have a gap in there. We're going to have plenty of content, though. My goal now is to have a video between our two channels every day, because I know Andre and Melba are absolutely working their butts off every day, and they're doing a great job of what they're covering. And like I said, we're going to be rating out to them, having a special Wednesday night edition of the Japanese Wrestling Showcase or Japanese Wrestling Talk. I forget which name they use, but either way. So that's the bad news. The good news is I've been using your feedback. I've been listening to what you guys have been saying. And we're going to be making a subtle change to the Twitch stream here starting next month. So after Revolution, we're actually going to be upgrading the stream for a little bit more wrestling content here. We are going to be covering AEW Collision as well as AEW Dynamite. So we will be on here Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain, for both sidecasts. And then to top it off on top of that, immediately following both episodes, we're going to be getting into WWE 2K24, the GM mode, which we will run either a couple hours or an hour. We'll see how things roll here of the GM mode for 2K24. We had a ton of fun with 2K23. So I can't see that there won't be additional fun being able to be held for 2K24. So basically, we'll finish off the sidecast. I'll go to a break for a couple minutes while I get the video downloaded from the sidecast. Then we'll get right into the GM mode. So, but I'm really excited about this. I'm excited about the addition of Collision. I've heard so many good things about it. They're starting to move things across here a little bit more when it comes to content here. And I know Collision isn't getting the numbers, but hell, nobody's gonna get numbers on a Saturday night, really. And I've decided that I am gonna use at this point, until TNA actually proves that the firing of Scott D'Amore is not going to be a bad thing here, I think I might hold up on that money for TNA, and I'm going to put it to TSN so I can watch Collision here every Saturday. So that's the big announcement on my end, and I hope you guys enjoy it. One consolation for this, unfortunately, is the YouTube replays of the sidecast won't be available until a little later on, because frankly, I work by myself and I'll be here gaming instead of actually download the video. But we should have a ton of fun here with 2K24 on top of it, though. I think it's gonna be worth it. So, but yeah, heard that. I'll be mentioning it again during the show when there's more people flying in here. So, but yeah, we'll start that right after Revolution's done. So there will be one Wednesday where we don't have 2K24 because it releases on the Friday. But then from there, we'll just get everything set up and we will be on our way. So yeah, but on tonight's, let's just fast forward here to tonight's card, or back up to tonight's card. Sorry. Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. I'm gonna guess that's probably gonna lead off the show here, because the main event is the tag match between Big Bill and Starks versus Darby and Sting for the tag titles. But there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up here, and as we are about to open up here, Phoenix seems to be a lively crowd tonight. So how are you guys doing this week? How is everybody? Anything exciting going on here? The biggest Dynamite of the year so far, they've had 5. I called it. Hangman and Swerve are going to be going right up off the bat here, so. I think this is the first time they've actually mentioned Woo Energy by name. There's Hangman TA. Undefeated. Well, I guess technically everybody resets at the beginning of the year now, thanks to the new rankings. I thought the reason that he'd be number 2 is the opponent he faced at last week. I would have put Tongaloa ranked a little lower than RVD personally. But Swerve did a hell of a job working with Van Dam there, right? I like this little showing up to the back here like this. It's like it feels like a main event match coming out at the beginning here. All right, I gotta get limbered up early tonight. Ugh. Like the concept of the rankings, but they come. Oh, I'll get to the rest of your comment here, but he's ready. We're ready. When I drive and I swerve, when I drive and I hit the ditch, when I drive and I run right and I'm gonna have some fun and I'm gonna be the one that screws up this song all over the one. Yeah, okay, enough freestyles there. All right, let's get back to it here. I like the concept of the rankings, but they come a bit of a cringe when you get into stories. If you mention the rankings but don't put an overemphasis of them, I think you can get away with it. They're sort of going hand in hand because everybody's always asking who's being better, and I believe you're bang on there, Zodiac, in your opinion on that. But this is gonna be a ton of fun. But I'll guarantee you this match is not gonna have an ending. I'd almost book at the fact that there's not going to be a finish on this. Glad to hear the crowd's into it like this. And there's nothing going on tonight. Everything's nice and there's no real shenanigans in the sports world today. The trade deadline for the NBA is tomorrow. Makes me wonder if they show the entire crowd tonight, because it looks like they got a pretty good crowd tonight. But yeah, these two know each other so well. The chemistry is there, so I'm really glad that they are getting another chance to work with each other. I know people hated the death match. Like, some people absolutely hated the death match and some of the stuff involved. Oh, here comes the ads. Like I said, it's $26 for a case, so if $26 US plus shipping, so I don't know if that's the best for me to order. I wouldn't mind trying some out, but maybe they'll have some up here in Canada when they show up in May for their tour here in Edmonton and Calgary, or Edmonton and Vancouver, sorry. Love or hate the deathmatch, can't deny it helped lift Swerve to the next transfer. Abso-freaking-lutely. I think Swerve was already there at some point, but it just carried him to an extra level at this point. All right, here we go. Now the brawl starts. All right, we're going for a building fight here. Thank God the security guy got the hell out of the way. Standing cross body's always a great thing, too. I'm not... Shivani says he's surprised they went out so quick. I'm not. So if you didn't see some of the promos going into this, the hell are you doing, camera switcher? I find it amazing that they had the booze out right when it said Tony Khan had a big announcement. Straight up, Tony Khan either has to hit a home run on this one, or else he just cannot... He can't do it anymore. He can't keep going through this constant, I got a big announcement, it ends up being nothing. He's got to hit a home run or not. Oh, thank you for the contribution here to the How the Ref Will Book Challenge. Where are we at here that now? 53,000 out of 150. So, all right, truth be known, you can notice that my goal's been changed over to followers instead of subs. I took it upon myself and spent my tax money a little bit early. And I actually ordered the Elgato prompter last night. So, with the Elgato prompter, I'm actually going to be able to read your messages literally like this. And if I can do that, that means I can talk to you like this. So, it's going to help out during the streams, but it's also going to help out when I'm starting to do my booking videos coming up. And I'm pretty sure I know what my first booking video is going to be. And I think what I'll probably end up doing is record my first booking video once it comes in, because I know what the topic's going to be. And then once we hit the 150,000, I'll throw it out for you guys. Because I'm really excited for this, because I got, like, the first one's easy to do. Like the topic to do. WWE's serving that on a silver platter right now. I seriously think that these guys are going to end up going to a draw here in 20 minutes. It has to be the case at this point. So they're going to Duluth first, and then they're going to Boston. So that's pretty cool. He's got a foot down. What are you talking about, Taz? But yeah, it's been pretty awesome here how things are going. And Zodiac, thank you for the nice tweet out. I ended up reposting that. I know Exeter isn't the best thing in the world, but I do need to get a little better on social medias as a whole, but nice. If you don't get you from the front, they'll get you from behind. And in the post to get G's. Yeah, like, you can tell that this match is that a deliberate pace, but not an exactly tight one here. I get a lot of people want Cody, but as an AEW fan, I'm kind of laughing. He turned his back on an up-and-coming brand for Money and Glory. Don't blame him. I'm a bit of a petty, but I'd be lying to say if it wasn't fair enough. Like, I don't blame you for thinking that way. My personal thought on the whole thing with the Cody leaving situation, and I find it rather ironic at this point, he booked himself into a corner when he was here. He refused to go heel. He could never win the title. And what else could he do at that point? Run with the TNT for another 14 times? Hey, Bucklocks, how you doing, my friend? Hope you are doing well. Wondering if you've checked out Foam Stars yet with PlayStation. I've watched a few videos of it, and I don't think it's going to last a year, to be perfectly honest. Pre down the dumps? No, sorry to hear, my friend. I know a lot of people get upset about a lot of things these days, and no, I haven't seen the poll results. I'll be God honest. The pile of 64 I haven't checked out too much. I know Little Nemo's probably getting beaten up right now based on your statements in the poll here, but I'm pretty sure I'll get in there and I'll make sure I vote on it tonight after we're done streaming here tonight for it, just for you. I'll make sure I get my vote in there, so hopefully I can help catch it up a little bit, but I don't know. Couldn't take the poll seriously since Blast Courts beat Katamari Damashi. Yeah, like, you voted for Memo. I think that's very important. You know, Memo is a very good game, too. I hate autocorrect. That's one thing I will definitely say about that. But the other big news that I've seen this week is the fact I got a chance to... I avoided social media for the most part yesterday because I didn't want to see what games Evo is having this year. Adam, yeah, I know. I know where it came from. It's just somebody ought to put it out there and just say, you know, because you spelt it wrong, it should automatically get a win. That way it moves on to because people don't know what they're voting for. If there was a game that said Little Memo, I was going to say maybe Little Memos or Little will say this. I do believe that Adam will do an episode on it regardless. He is one of those that it's one of those games I do think he wants to cover. Oh, God. This is amazing, this match here. But once again, like I said, it's just the pacing of it's just perfect here. There's enough impact to keep the crowd excited about it, but it's not overly crazy because they know they're going 20 minutes. Because once this match, yeah, like the winner of this match gets Samoa Joe at the pay-per-view. Fosbury flopped. Jesus, he almost got his knees caught. Oh, that would have sucked. Like that kind of dive is how Charlotte ended up tearing up her knee. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the videos of Charlotte rehabbing right now, she is doing a fantastic job. Her mobility and everything is improving every week. Triple threat. Yeah, that's what I think. It's going to be a triple threat. Joe's going to pin Page. Hey, Crowder. Yes and no. I am going to redo the announcement here. I'm going to do it a couple times. I did mention it right before the show, but I'm also, what we'll do is at our first commercial break here, our full commercial break, not our picture-in-picture, I will re-announce what's going on here. But yeah, oh, there it is. Nope. It would have been nice to see Paige do a roll-up on that, like a crucifix roll-up there. But how you doing today, Crowder? I hope everything's going well. How is everybody else doing in chat tonight? Once again, just thank you for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. You guys have proven to me that you guys love watching wrestling with me here, and I will say this, if any of you want to actually join me on camera and have a discussion up front, as long as you have a Twitch account, which means you are watching here, so unless you're watching the YouTube replay, sorry, my bad. But all you need is a Twitch account, and we can either do just audio, or we could do if you got a camera, I can just hook you up via Twitch. It's real easy. It's so easy even I can set it up. What in the hell is that? Oh! Swerve's neck, my God! Just a little rattled? Like literally, Swerve was on his head. Don't show the replay of that. That sounds fun. Might have to use the RHP. You know what? It's up to you. And actually, if you wanted, you could, with the stream together option here on Twitch, we could actually stream at the same time and use each other's cameras. And it's actually really cool. It's when I do the streams with Kayla J. It actually, that's what we use as a stream together. The only thing it doesn't allow us to do is just show each other screens, which that's not I mean, screens as in gameplay, and that doesn't apply here. So if you're ever interested, just let me know. Oh my God! BJD, I'm not picking between those two. They are both great people. No way. I am not picking in that fight here. But damn, that is a good that is good stuff right there. No, both those guys, I will not do that. I will not do that to them. I will make one exception. If I could get a video recording job at PPW in Saskatchewan and Bobby's in my way, you know, that's an instant murder. I'll just I kid. Bobby and Papa Smokes, they're just absolutely fantastic gentlemen, and I love the work that they do over at OLE. We actually will be raiding out to the OLE tonight after we're done, because Andre and Melball are doing a Japanese wrestling talk special Wednesday night edition. There's so much to talk about in the wrestling world right now, and Jesus! All right, this one's going to go to, you know, and I appreciate it. I appreciate those guys a lot, by the way, BJD. BDJ. Sorry, BDJ. Ugh. But as we head to our first picture, we have to mute it because, well, let's face it, some of these companies don't pay me to show them off, so I'm not letting you listen to their commercials. But, yeah, I appreciate being the OG around here when it comes to this kind of stuff, at least in our area. But no, it's great to see the next generation of people picking things up and going to another distance here. And Bobby Munson and Papa Smokes are one of them. Absolutely there. And then you see all the great video editing there with Gavin and the gang over at Love Wrestling. Then you see the video on Top Talent. They're doing a hell of a job as well. The Pure Power Wrestling, if you haven't seen it in Lethbridge, they run their weekly YouTube show. I will say this, if you go back 10 years to now, the most consistently great wrestling you'll see, period. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, just flipping back to the picture. It's like, ugh. PPW has always sold out shows. I've always been a contentious, and when it comes to sold out shows, because let's face it, I've seen promotions in town that say that they have a sold out show, but a sold out show is 200 people. So you can tell me you have a sold out show. Even MPW got into a popular documentary. That's true. There's actually 2 documentaries featuring Alberta promotions here. Well, one just came out and one's coming out this month. There was one about the Northern Death Tour featuring a couple wrestlers out of the Monster Pro Wrestling promotion. And then CBC Gem later on this month is going to be presenting a documentary about getting into the wrestling business featuring Love Pro Wrestling. So yeah, we're getting a ton of exposure up here. Can always sell the seats they have. Don't want a big empty building on AEW, but you do want to get bigger. You can't tell me that there isn't a 500 seat building when you're only working at 200, at 800 when you're working at 500. You always want to hit. I know you want to generate interest, and you want a high value ticket. But the one thing I've always hated is always try to figure out. And they're both locked in. Oh, absolutely. It's not the size of the boat. It's the number of horsepower in it. And yeah, never have a complaint about the quality of wrestling in town for, like, I'd say about 85% of the promotions around. It's just maximizing that potential. I've always said that, and I always will. But yeah, they got to be getting close here because, well, are they just going to... Did they just not put a time limit on this, or what the hell? Unless they put a 30-minute time limit on it. Swerve looks so awkward, yet it's like you expect. So, if you haven't listened to a few interviews with Swerve, I've been checking a few things out. Yeah, fight to the death. I think that's absolutely it. But, oh God. Swerve actually contributes his character to the Joker from the Jared Leto Joker movie, like the offshoot one. Basically, his characterization to where he's at right now, that his Papa Smoke's a Swiftie. He might be as much of a Swiftie as I am. I don't know for sure, but and also remember, this is coming from a Buffalo Bills fan, so I got extra anger against her. I would have complete anger about that, except we don't know how to kick left. That's it, the Phoenix Joker, that's correct. Zodiac, thank you. I got myself backwards there. Table botch! Table botch! Table botch! Swerve's like, screw this, you're going through a table, boy. It's like, no, screw that table. Had a Super Bowl future on the Bills, but should have known better. Hey, you know what? I still think this year the Bills should have got, like, the Bills had everything lined up except they had the Madden curse. And I truly believe in the Madden curse now. Over the last few years, I've been questioning it. Then this year, I'm like, no, there's no way it could happen. Then, of course, it did. Yeah, wide right. Thanks. Thanks for bringing it up. Like, I really wonder if Diggs was hurt this year or not, to be honest. Nobody would admit to it. Nobody's going to admit to it. No way. Swerve, I thought Swerve said he didn't want Prince Nana to interfere. "25 minutes into the match, still skin of the cat." Like, holy hell. Jesus! Oh, what placement. It's funny, if you guys listened earlier this week, there was an interview with Bret Hart, and he was talking about how wrestlers were so much sloppier these days compared to before. And like, one of the things he talked about was wrestlers not making their spots in terms of where to land on the mat according to an extra move. Like when people have to shimmy into a certain position. There's an example right there of somebody who hit their position perfectly. Swerve was just in the range of the ropes. Swerve is next. Yeah, he is. Absolutely. Like, honestly, both these guys are. It's just... Is this like voodoo? Oh, Nana takes credit for getting into the ring, and Page just says, nope, we're not having this. Hangman's better as a contender. He's a boring champ. Well, he's not going to get DQ'd. Oh, is this going to be where Swerve wins and then Hangman complains that, oh, and this is what we were talking about. Oh, God. And that's how you're not going to get the cover here. Reversal. Okay. It's like everybody wants Swerve to win this right now. It's completely changed after that chair shot on Nana. Now you get the subtle tables chant. Oh, wow. Okay. No way. A dead eye through the table?
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Jupiter, 30 months. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for the sub once again. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And Swerve's doing everything he can to win. Oh. Yeah, this has got to be getting close to 30 minutes. Just had a bottle of hot sauce. Oh, God. Hot sauce explode over me. That was spicy. I'll give you that. There you go. We called it. Time limit. 29.9999999 to finish it off. This way, Joe cannot lose the belt. All right. Let me just fast forward my thinking on this booking right now. They have the three-way revolution. You end up getting Hangman eating the pin, so he'll be out. Double or nothing, you get Swerve versus Joe. Hangman's not going to be able to answer. Joe's going to come out and make it to hell with it. Neither one of you guys win. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight. Wow. So Hangman's going to say, screw you, you don't get it? Wow. Hangman just said no. Here comes Tony to the rescue. Shivani, let's not go crazy here. Yep. Yeah, well, at least they're booking it this way, so. Coward. 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 Here comes Samoa Joe to the top of the ramp. So this actually makes sense on how this is going to end. Heel Hangman's better than face Hangman? Absolutely. I agree with you there. As we get our advertisements here for the extra shows on TSN. All right, as promised, I announced it off the top of the show, but now that everybody's in here, first commercial, my big announcement. To hell with Tony Khan. I'll deal with him later on his. First of all, I want to thank everybody here for stopping by here tonight. It's great to have such a great crowd here tonight. And I've been seeing that my biggest numbers during the week are during this sidecast here. Now, I talked a little bit about the why before the stream, so feel free to go back and check out the earlier parts about this. But my big announcement is we're making a bit of the only sidecast worth watching. I'll take that. My big announcement here is we're making a few adjustments to the schedule so we can enjoy things a little bit more. So starting after Revolution, we're actually going to be going to 2 sidecasts a week here. We're going to do AEW Dynamite as well as AEW Collision. We're going to be covering both each and every week. Well, most weeks, we're not stupid. We're not going to watch WrestleMania with this disaster going on. But the other twist to this is following both Dynamite and Collision, we are going to get into the WWE 2K24 GM mode. Last year we called it, Is WWE Smarter Than a Referee? I want a better name than that. So feel free to let me know if you can think of a better name than that. But Wednesdays and Saturdays after Dynamite, after Collision, we're going to get into the GM mode of 2K24 here. So once again, thank you for your support. You guys are the reason why I'm doing this. And I'm going to have a more of a state of the channel announcement or video here going up here probably in the next week or so, but because there is a few changes that are going to be going on here based on a few things that are going on. The Reffing Hour, Refs versus Wrestlers, Main Event Mike. Thank you for the ideas. I appreciate it. If you guys want to throw them out, you could do it here. You could do it on my socials, which I do believe I have a link tree available. So If you guys aren't following me, there's all the links to everything that I have. I am going to try and get a little more involved in that now with a few more clips and whatnot. So the refs, no. When Excalibur says blockbuster announcement, I got scared that they actually did it during the commercial, because that would be a Tony Khan thing to do. This makes a lot of sense, this match. This triple threat.
Samoa Joe, we now know that your AEW World Championship will be put on the line in a three-way match against Hangman Page.
Tony Khan's big announcement is probably slightly like, we had a new caterer for the back. Pfft. Woo!
What's your reaction on that?
What's my reaction? Oh, it's joy and merriment, excitement and elation. You know, I cannot believe I'm dealing with this right now. Once again, we celebrate mediocrity. This was a draw. None of those men deserve to be in a ring with me. But instead, the powers that be, they stack the deck. You don't want me as your champion, but it is not your choice. I am Samoa Joe. I am the AEW World Champion.
I love Samoa Joe.
Best efforts, no matter what you do. Come Revolution, I walk out AEW World Champion. And it is only a shame that the both of you will suffer because of it.
Damn. Exactly. And they're moving the women's match early tonight. This will be cool. So Deonna Purrazzo's on commentary for Toni Storm versus Red Velvet. G mic mode. Hey, you know what? Could be a lot worse. But yeah, Red Velvet won a match on Saturday on Collision, which allowed her to get into this title contenders match. Could be WrestleSold, which I stole from another show, RetroSold. I am not stealing your gimmick, sir. But a lot of good things are happening over on Collision. That's the main reason why I wanted to get into it a little bit more. She's from a certain studio now? All right, well, at least they got a good match going here. She's an actress. She's always at the studio. Fair enough. I really wonder what Red Velvet's career would have been like if she didn't get injured there. Because she was off for the better part of 9 months, but a lot of people forget there was so much trust in her that she was the one who was up against Jade in that Shaquille O'Neal match with Cody Rhodes. Because Brandy couldn't make it for the match. Always interesting to see the one wrestler that comes out wearing an apron and is not a complete cook gimmick. She was really good for a while. I met her in person as well. She's really cool. I still think she's really good. It's just she's so far behind right now. That's the problem in terms of the timing that she needs to be involved with here. I do like the Spider-Man colors, by the way. Okay, so AEW is going to be in Vegas on Saturday. Oh no, they're on. Oh, that's right. They are. They're in Texas all this week. So you think they're going to get a decent crowd for Revolution, or for not for Revolution? Revolution's pretty much sold out. You think they're going to get a decent crowd for Collision on Saturday? Mr. Dothmic, good to see you here. Pray Saturn, pray Saturn, pray Saturn. But want to go back to Korea more? Hey, you know what? It's a beautiful world to be involved in. And I will say personally, one of my goals is to start setting up, trying to arrange for 2025 to get out a little bit more. Mike's count out, obey your referee at all times. Nice. Let's get that going. Long time no see. Absolutely. It's great seeing everybody here. And if you missed the announcement earlier, I will be doing another, I'll be throwing up that ad throughout the next month here. But, yeah, we're actually going to be extending our sidecast into Collision now. So I'm going to be around Wednesdays and Saturdays covering AEW wrestling gear. So if you are interested in Collision, or you're checking it out already, please feel free to stop by, and you guys can help me figure out what's going on with the other half of the roster. Working on a side project, hope to get off the ground May 11th. Ooh. I'm going to look forward to seeing that, because it's going to be interesting to see what I can fit in for streaming this year, because I'm expanding the sidecast here, and I'm hoping in the next couple weeks we'll get through. I'm hoping to get through Horizon Zero Dawn in the next 2 weeks. Then once we get through that, it's time for a little Tears of the Kingdom, and that's pretty much going to be our summer RPG playthrough from what I remember. It's quite a few hours, so we're going to get started on that early here. And then MLB The Show comes out the end of March. That's going to be a regular. We got WWE coming up. And then Suicide Squad, once that wraps up, we're definitely not going to be shy of games that we're going to be able to play. And just a quick note here, just like the women's matches move locations, I'm going to be, I'll be running probably a little bit late tomorrow for our Thursday afternoon stream. Probably looking closer to 4 Eastern, 2 Mountain. Unfortunately, I have some exams I have to take at 10:30 tomorrow, so see, maybe I can still breathe a little more freely again. Breathing's good, right? From what I heard. Then normally what happens there, you end up getting like 4 or 5 different pills I gotta go get, and yeah, all that running around. So it's the same breath check I've gotten for the last 6 months. I've had to go every 3 months, so I will say the antihistamines I've been given are really helping. It's pretty bad when you think you have a chest bruise and it's actually a lung infection that's pressing against your ribs. Go check with doctors, people. Don't just self-diagnose yourself. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, we're getting back to the action here. Tony, I still have to say the biggest transformation and the biggest person who's taken the advantage of the switch from WWE to AEW has to be Toni Storm. Like, all the credit in the world to Swerve for the position he's been put in, but Swerve never made it to the weird roster. What's the point of WebMD then? Clearly it's as good as a person who went through medical school. Fair enough. Here's the thing. If you're in Canada, don't self-diagnose yourself. Because, medicine is free here. And yes, I do understand your sarcasm. Which I hope to get a sound piece for my soundboard soon about that. Last night I was actually downloading some new audios, so... Interesting she got that moonsault off. But yeah, we're in the middle of an ad break right now. So, ad's going to be starting up in about 30 seconds here, so... God, that hip attack, I understand how it's done and how it's done safely, but it still feels like it's going to be horrible. I'm assuming the pile driver's coming. Like, I can't see Velvet winning this. Will Jamie Hayter or Britt ever come back? Jamie is I'd almost assume that she's probably going to be around Double or Nothing time. Because her shoulder injury that she had probably be close to a year. Toni going for okay, I can see. She's trying to make a statement here to... and there's the tap out. Jamie, she has, that, like I said, that injury. You're probably looking close to a year for it. Britt Baker, she's got... Her back is... Ugh. I think a lot of it has to do with booking, but a lot of it has to do with injury, too. When she comes back, it's going to be something special. Luther's going to get punted again. She's already been hit with a shoe. Looked like Toni wanted to make out with Deonna. That was a little weird. Toni Storm. Here's the other thing. You think that isn't going to be a gift somewhere that people are going to use?
Hey guys, I'm here with the best friends in Orange Cassidy. Orange, wanted to talk to you. It's now announced that Saturday on Collision.
Think it was totally cool?
International title.
See, there you go.
The reason I want to talk to you about that because also on Friday on Rampage, you guys are going to be in a six-man tag team match against the Undisputed Kingdom. Are you worried at all about the wear and tear on your body on Friday before your match on Saturday?
I mean, Ishii's, yeah, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Can we see it again? Just to make sure. It could be weird. Any replay?
Kind of a medical update on Chuck.
It's actually... I don't know if the weird is the word I would use. Let's put it this way. I found it really funny on Sunday. The first run of WWE calendars that the Chase U girls put out, we had my friend Astrid Pizarro. She's got a great channel here, a member of the video crew with us. She sent me the link and I'm like, yeah, nope, I got to get in there right away. So yes, I do have on order one of the Chase U calendars on the original run. So I just think it's a cool gift to have. It's just great to help out a great organization like Chase U, regardless of what's in there. Always got to support a good cause, especially, somebody helping out from the gambling debts. Ugh. And also, Harlan does a hell of a job on his Twitch channel as well. He's always playing Mario Kart 8, so. But no, in all seriousness, it's all about making moments, right? It's all about making great moments versus bad moments, right? Luther, from what he was AEW star, now to a hell of a character change, by the way. That is a great point, and thank you for changing the subject here real quick for me here. Thank you for bailing me out. Luther didn't really have a character outside of, AEW dark jobber character here with Serpentico. A lot of lag, but you're welcome. Hey, you know what? All credit. Thank you. When it comes, I'm hoping that the lag gets fixed once we get the new Twitch extension that they're setting up for OBS, where you can send things out at multiple sizes. So if you're watching on mobile or something, you'll get a different rendering possibilities compared to what people watching on TVs will be. So hopefully everybody can keep up a little bit better here. But yeah, when it comes to Luther, he was brought in as a Don Callis, Chris Jericho buddy. And he was always known as a deathmatch king. This is about as far away from deathmatch as you would get. But it's just attributes to just the great mind that Luther has and the ability to take this character and run. And I feel that this might be one of the best moves that we've had in a while. One thing I would like to see in terms of another move is another women's match on tonight. Could you imagine just a random another women's match showing up here? But I got to feel it won't happen, but is it here? Oh, they sort of spoiled it already. I don't know if I... Here it is. Oh, never mind. Oh, we got Team CMLL versus the Blackpool Combat Club in a match that we never knew we wanted. Who do we think? The item that got spoiled earlier today, and we're not, nobody's 100% sure what it is until TK actually mentions it, which we'll probably rewrite after this matchup. March 16th, the second week of, or the second week after Revolution, AEW's going to Boston and they got the Fleet Center, which last time they were in the Northeast, they took a lot smaller venue, but they're taking the biggest one. And the rumor is that they're going to be doing AEW Bank Statement. Patent pending name on that, which is going to be his CM Punk type nudge that somebody's going to be debuting that night. Now that WWE's Netflix announced a new contract and streaming service. Well, here's the other announcement that came down today that probably is going to affect a lot of what goes on here with AEW. ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers have merged into producing a new sports hub more than anything else. So the other announcement could very well be that they're going to be part of that streaming service as well. Love his announcements. The man is half crazy, half cocaine, half confused, and lost. What percentage lost is he in that case? Negative 50%? %100% lost. So it's either 157% man or 250% man. All right, we'll go with that. AEW annual percentage yield. I don't know if we're actually a crop here, but he's a wrestling version of Man Bear Pig. He's least. Oh, you guys are amazing. I love you all. He is the ultimate definition of a mark. He is. He's got a lot of brains on him. He's got a lot of analytics on him. And let's put it this way. As much as we criticize the booking, as much as we criticize all this as much as some of this stuff looks absolutely crazy, let's face it. No one's going to question... Darth Mick's absolutely right. Nobody's going to question his passion. Nobody's going to question how much he loves this business and how much he produces good quality TV. Like, I think we've had maybe a couple stinkers here and there. Maybe. A 62 and 2/3% chance of being 50% alien? I'm just going to do this right now for that. I do need to come up with some more sounds here, which like I said, I will be getting some going here, but. And how much he loves the snow? So here's a question for you since Danielson's in the ring, and I know this will be more of a collision question as we get into it. How do you feel if we get Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at All In? Because the commentary on the match between Hikaru and Bryan Danielson was just amazing. He genuinely seems to love those around him. Look at the tribute shows he's put on, the emotion in his face. He might have some excitement issues, but I'd rather see that than a robot. Yeah, absolutely. Like a commentary? Nice, Jupe. I'll give you that one. I've heard that has history. Yeah, it absolutely does from Ring of Honor. When Nigel was back in a Ring of Honor champion. So... if it wasn't for the fact we don't have the Alpha, the Ocho here as part of our match, I do think that's going to be part of the stinker. Claudio's like, holy crap, that actually hurt. Mr. Vic, how the hell are you doing tonight? All right, that's going to end that in a hurry. Wow. Nigel's commentary is one of the favorite parts of Collision. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier today on the old X machine here. I'm not calling it what Zodiac wants me to call it, but... oh, Claudio saved that one. So Nigel's got a one-night... over whatchamacallit, he's got a one-night show. It's supposed to be comedy, storytelling, all that stuff. But I was surprised there were no clams on it, on the actual symbol. You swerved your way over here? I'll give you that. You can get that one here. Have you seen seen everything that's gone on Dynamite so far? They did confirm the triple threat coming up between Page, Swerve, and Joe coming up for the pay-per-view. Had a good match between Red Velvet and Toni Storm, which Red Velvet really looked like he settled in. Oh, I love this. The Blackpool Combat Club just doesn't care. Oh, they got a CMLL referee in there. Is that a new guy? I'd assume it's a CMLL guy. Moxley's going to dive. Well, that's about as much diving as you see in a typical night from Moxley. Oh, here we go. This is what WWE wanted Lucha House Party to be, I think. Yeah, like, no. If Vince had his way, the Lucha House Party would have driven lawnmowers to the ring still. Yes, I do realize that's a different group of guys, but I do believe they wanted to use the exact same gimmick again. I'm sorry, there is a whole bunch of things that are going. Yeah. Remember Voldemort years ago? Yeah, like he's still going and he's still awesome. And from what we've seen here over the last few days, I mean, lawnmower racing is a legit sport. All right, Jupe, we'll see you back here in a bit here. Hope Lexi's doing well for you, my friend. But yeah, like this is this matchup here is absolute. You get this pace here that you got a feeling that they're really trying to show up for this one. Because you're hoping that the low point of tonight will be the announcement by Tony Khan out of all this. I personally think it's going to be Jericho Takeshita, but that's just me at this point. Vince hired Lucha House Party because of what he heard about Mexican cartels and human trafficking. Ugh. But as I was mentioning off the top of the show, like I when it comes to the WWE booking right now, I think there's a lot of things that WWE are absolutely covering up that they say were planned from the start that absolutely weren't. And nobody's ever going to get the real story out of it for like 5-10 years. But, and this is where I get my cheap plug in here, if you guys have your channel points there, make sure you contribute to the How the Ref Would Book challenge. For those that didn't hear, I actually ordered one of those Elgato prompters today so it could sit right in front of here so I can read you and talk to you at the same time. Thank you, Darth Mick, for contributing. I think it's pretty obvious what the first video is going to be because it's going to be a hot button topic for everywhere here. I have my thoughts. This is why I'm not telling you guys my overall thoughts of what I would do in this whole situation. Because I do, once everything's all done, I do want to wrap it up and also give everybody an idea about what's going on with the, what I would do. And as of right now, there would have only been one change I would have had to make. And it's a very small one compared to what's going on. So we're now up to 57,700 out of 150,000 for the How You Would Book challenge. And once again, folks, the channel points are free. All you have to do is watch. You got to think Claudio's just chilling and relaxing when he's doing that swing because these guys are weighing like, what, 30 pounds, 40 pounds? But I will say, in terms of channel points, just a quick reminder, subs actually get channel points quicker than just viewers. There's more than one royal family in wrestling. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, you want heat? That's how you get heat. Here's a question I have, and this is something the outlets are not reporting, and maybe I just heard it wrong. I went back and checked, and I legit heard it on the, maybe it's different in the States, but the Sportsnet broadcast, those chants were not Rocky sucks. They were literally, you Rocky. Oh, there's a botch. That's the thing about CMLL wrestling. It's not going to be... You're going to get some spectacular stuff, but you're also going to get some stuff... Ugh. Yeah, and just to qualify everything for that first night, everybody was cheering The Rock. That was just the shock factor of him actually being there. Until... It's one of those things of everybody's cheering about something until you realize, hey, he's here to screw our main event. Boo! That's totally what happened there. Thank you, Jaeger, for your contribution to the How the Ref Will Book challenge. We're going to get there quicker than I thought at this pace. You can contribute a maximum of 2,000 points a day, by the way, if you're wondering why you can't do any more. All right, just a random shooting star press. I do believe in Mexican wrestling, they call that a headlock. I'd assume that there's like a full-blown partnership with these two promotions together. Oh, wow. Oh, I saw this clip. Hot damn, I love this move. And the ref's like, you're not legal. Ah, hell, whatever. That shooting star press looked really... Hey. The shooting star press, the 450 here looked casual. So Claudio's actually legal now. Jesus! That was pretty awesome right there. Oh, here comes that point where everybody gets their finisher off. Hit you, Sarah, with a clothesline. Oh, here we go. Surprised he's still not wearing the eye patch, his orbital bone. You could have used that sort of like Randy or Cowboy Bob Orton. I want to say Randy because he didn't use it half as long. No way. Ow. That had to hurt. Stretch muffler? Yep. Hitchicero's just literally putting each of the BCC in submissions. Elevation drop. Oh, God. Okay. God. No, it's off top. Have you seen Drake the Snake? I saw. Who was it that put that up? Was that Cena? Funnier than all heck, but I just love how there's so many positive things going on around. Like, let's face it, there's a lot of negative crap going on, and we were talking about that earlier. And that's how they get their win. This is wow. All the people that were part of that before. WWE Stardom, TNA, Cash. Yeah, I didn't forgot about Cash. Yeah, there's AEW's drama right now. Now let's face it, if Cash is found guilty of his charge, the maximum sentence is 5 years in jail. He won't get that, but he will have his passport taken from him. He won't be able to get a visa. This might actually set up Revolution here. Or not Revolution, Forbidden Door. They might stay away from New Japan this year and go to Mexico. I would love to see it. Chuck's getting beaten up again. No, AAA has announced that they have a deal with WWE, so that's why I don't think AAA will be involved. Granted, it is AAA, so they basically could do whatever the hell they want, whenever they want, kind of thing. So, all the ones they want in matches with New Japan are coming out to AEW, and yeah. There's talk about that, plus also the people in Stardom and the big controversy that the old owner just got fired from there. And if you want to talk about some Japanese wrestling and everything that's gone on over the last few weeks, stick around after we're done here. We're going to actually raid out to our local establishment. Melball and Andre are going to be talking about Japanese wrestling talk on a Wednesday. Due to Friday's our Top Talent Wrestling show here in Edmonton featuring Penta, Fe, Josh Alexander. It's a big card, so they're going to be going there on Friday. So they're going to be on tonight, pretty much after Dynamite's done here. So we'll be heading over there after. GG Bang Bang Cash, yeah, that's just not a good situation. But you want to talk about a good situation? I said I would be plugging it through the show here tonight. I will put out some more details out on YouTube later about stuff that's going on, but I do want to let you guys know that following Revolution, we are going to be covering AEW Collision on top of AEW Dynamite. So we will be here every Wednesday and Saturday. Well, most. You know how it works. But then immediately following each of those shows, starting on the 9th with AEW Collision, we are going to be doing WWE 2K24 GM mode. That's going to be our second year at it, so it's a free follow here if you aren't following yet. and all the replays will be available on the wrestling channel for the Sidecast and the gaming channel for the 2K playthroughs. So pretty excited about what's going to be coming up here. I know there's a little bit of change going on here, but everything comes up for the better here. So made an extra little investment today in some equipment, so we're going to be able to do a lot of things here to make things a lot better here. So, and the best part I'm going to enjoy is the fact I'm no longer going to have to look over here for the chat. It'll be right here, so I can actually stare at you while I'm talking and reading. Of course, you get that weird reading look. Oh, you know, some people do that. But yeah, like where? Oh, sorry, Zodiac. I'll just back up here. I missed that. Where's Julia going? Here's the thing, and like I said, Andre Melball probably could get into it more than I can. There's a rumor right now that they're going to be going to, like, this former owner is actually starting his new promotion. Here it is. Here it comes.
On Wednesday, March 13th. That will be a very important night for AEW and the entire pro wrestling industry because Wednesday, March 13th, 5 weeks from tonight, will be AEW Big Business live in Boston.
Big business.
You're not going to want to miss this show. Tickets go on sale this Saturday. The event takes place 5 weeks from tonight.
Hell yeah. Let's go. How can you have big business without... Oh my God, look at the icon. Look at the icon on the left. Look at the icon. Look at the icon. It's Boston. Oh, yeah. Yes, let's go. Oh, freaking time. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, boss time. Sorry, you can tell I'm a little bit excited here. Oh, here's the question now. Let's face it. This is a CM Punk style announcement here. Do they bring Okada in on that one? Because if it's going to change the business, you bring... Yes, Zodiac. Exactly. That's what I was looking at. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Finally, an announcement that didn't suck. So, if we're going through the scale of things, major announcements suck. Big announcements are great. So we plugged the PLE, basically. But let's face it, we're probably... Well, it's no different than one of the special name shows. What? When you come to NXT, they're always doing these brand shows like this too, so... But the fact that they put the Boston on there, right? Announcement in a box. Announcement on a pole match. No. It is way too obvious. And this is why I wanted to get ready to make sure that we do that my AEW sidecast getting expanded, because when I heard this rumor, I had a feeling that there is no way that AEW is going to be any small time anymore now. Grant, let's not get ahead of ourselves. AEW is never going to be the size of WWE. It's going to take about 30 years and about 40 scandals. They got about 10 people that are probably going to have to fire here coming up, but having AEW as a solid number 2 is not a bad thing. I love the sign in the crowd. Jericho, go back to Tirana. I also love a solid number 2. I will give you full credit for that one, Zodiac. Thank you. Oh! So he slaps his old guy. The Jericho has time to come behind and smack him. Please just let this match end quickly on a count out. See, here's the problem right now. And this is a bad thing about the women's division right now. Like, if you go for the quarter-hour ratings and trying to figure out who's got what, like if the women aren't, they can say that the women aren't bringing in the ratings. The counter argument for the women could be that, you know, it's the time that they're on. Here's the thing. A lot of people aren't watching this match with Jericho right now. And if Jericho's not drawing the ratings, you know, it just sucks that they're in the same spot that the women usually are, but I digress. It'll be great if it's not what everyone thinks it is. Glacier, Scott D'Amore, Brandy Rhodes, Juliet, Camille are all... One thing I will say, and one thing I will confirm with, like, Tony Khan is not completely stupid. He reads the room right now. And the room right now is simply that WWE is on thin ice right now. With a lot of their crowd, and especially with their booking. Like, hell, a national trend in the United States, we want Cody because the booking was that horrible. Like, don't get me wrong, I can't contend the extremes that went on, like the stuff that happened with Ava and whatnot. Sending death threats to somebody over your dad's bad booking. That just, yeah. Just not a good thing. But Tony Khan realizes that, you know, you can have a bad match here or there. If they bring out Sasha and she gets attacked by Julia, then it would be, creates a huge moment. Oh. Here's one for you. Oh, and just Sammy shows up out of nowhere. Hobbs just no-sells a chair. That's great. Sammy with the cutter, and now let's use that chair. Hobbs took a full face of chair there. Oh, that was horrible. Overbooked carny pieces of garbage here. Jesus. Maybe Jericho can go back to Toronto. Sorry. I like Jericho I like what Jericho's done for AEW, but there's certain times just to get out of the way. Ugh. The only reason I know that this match absolutely is going to take 2 segments and just suck the life out of people is the fact that you got the main event being a tornado tag with Sting. You know that ain't going half an hour. But yeah, it's like, ugh. It's a little rough to... it's a little rough to see Jericho in the ring sometimes. Just straight up. Just... I hate to say it, but it's true. But yeah, getting back to your comment here about the Adam Cole Bryan Danielson thing. What I could see, if you really want to make somebody, if you want to use that moment to make somebody else besides Mercedes in that point, and you want to make him a monster heel, bring out Camille. That I wouldn't bring out Julia, because a lot of people in Boston aren't going to know Julia. The NWA champion you might have a better shot at, but at the same time, having that size difference between Camille and Mercedes, to me, that would speak volumes for what Camille could become there. She could become an absolute monster on this roster. She could be what they wanted Nyla Rose to be. Jericho lost over the past year or two, so I went to the Norfolk show a few years back. The street fight tag match with the Sex Gods and Starks and Big Bill on Battle of the Belts. Jericho had the biggest pop. He's got the song. Everybody wants to sing the song. It's like that, the song never played. I guess it's sort of the position we're in right now with Rock. Like, everybody's talking about WWE and how their Rock versus Reigns should never happen, blah, blah, blah. And that it's just, it's going to be painful for us. Like, it's not the match we wanted and whatnot, but let's face it. The biggest pop of the night probably will be for The Rock. The only exception I make to that is Philadelphia. Oh, they started it straight away in the back. That's right. Hey, Adam, how you doing here tonight, sir? Just caught up on Dynamite. Thought I'd swing by. Hey, I absolutely lost my mind when Big Business was announced. Loved the story on the first match. This has been one of the best Dynamites we've seen in a while here tonight. It's funny because Swerve Hangman was great despite the poor ending we all expected. I think we all expected it to be a time limit draw. That's right. I did say that I was going to make sure I vote for Mimo tonight. Yeah, we had Bucklock in here earlier talking about it too. So, but poor Mimo. You know what? Whoa.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Wait. Every time it gets mentioned tonight, I got to get this off here. Big Business. Thank you, Big G, for the sub. 23 months. Absolutely great. Can we say how impressed Hangman's mustache is if we haven't yet? Let's face it. It's Hangman TA. That's what I'm calling him here from now on. Hangman TA. You notice I'm not even pretty much watching most of this here? Think he looks like Jake the Snake? Absolutely. If you take a look at pictures of Magnum TA, I think it looks exactly... It balls. Lufia 2 is getting an episode is awesome. Nice. You know what? Adam's going to get to most of those games on that list. I'll say that straight out right here. And it does remind me that I do have an N64 memory cartridge still sitting here that I got to mail out to you because I always said I'm going to meet up with them. But now I'm just going to mail it because, you know, trying to get to remember the game industries, I think I'd climb Mount Everest to be easier. How was Suicide Squad? Well, we played it last. Oh, geez, we got a lot of coincidences coming up here. Suicide Squad, I did play it last Saturday. We are playing it tomorrow afternoon as our afternoon stream, probably starting around 2 o'clock. I enjoyed it. It's dumb fun. It's, from what I've seen from other streams, it looks like a lot like Redfall in a way, or Back for Blood, where you got a group of people working together to win a cause. Probably runs a little better if you do work as a group. You do get your 3 support characters, but you get to pick whatever. For our opening stream, we did King Shark, and we're going with. Oh geez, there's a blue thunder bomb. Please, 1, 2. Oh, almost. We're going to do Harley Quinn tomorrow, so make sure you stop by. And then we need more sports games. Has anyone played NFL Blitz? Funny you should say that, my friend. Immediately following the Super Bowl on Sunday, NFL Blitz 2002 will be right here on stream. So if you want to see some dumb football fun, join me here and we will see how many times I can cheap out the game. And see how many times I can get the 49ers to beat the... Just glad it isn't being hated by everyone. Suicide Squad has proven to me how much I hate listening to people when they make like different professional reviews. There's a few that I trust. There's one local here that works reviewing Xbox indie games that I do trust. Oh, God. Jericho landed on his rear end on that one. Son of a gun. Ending of Lufia 2 is sad because you know what happens if you play Lufia. Oh, God. Never mind. Is a big part of it because it's being Kevin Conroy's last project? What happens in the game, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, that could be part of it. There's that. The other part, another screwdriver job, damn it. All right. But the other part is that Jericho pulling out his inner Hulk Hogan here. The other part is that no review codes were given out. So nobody was given a freebie, and then the servers went down within an hour of it being down, so. Conroy has more projects they recorded and not released. Absolutely he did. But don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see that stuff. Maybe we will. A lot of people weren't happy that like a Rockstar game or Rocksteady game wasn't a action base, which I do feel it is. It does give me a lot of feeling like when I was playing the intro level. When we were playing the intro level, we were doing a lot of the same melee combat we do in Arkham City and all those other ones, right? So I think a lot of the gaming culture as a whole has turned into the concept of games as a service. Yeah, in a way, I agree with you there, but yeah, once we get, it's our last full commercial of the night, so I do want, like I said, I do want to plug everywhere, all over the place here. So I just want to run this by one more time, guys. Forgive me for being a cheap shill here, but I feel this is very important to me. So as I did tease a big announcement here earlier today on the Xbox, as we call it. So the big announcement that I announced earlier tonight, for those that haven't been in here, starting March 6th, after Revolution, we're going to be doing 2 sidecasts a week now. We're going to be covering Collision on Saturdays, as well as Dynamite on Wednesdays. And immediately following each of those broadcasts, once the game gets released on March 8th, we're going to be doing GM mode of WWE 2K24. We'll be playing each part following each sidecast here. So make sure that you are following here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It's not going to be subscribers only, but it still would be nice if you could help support the channel. And as well, also remember your channel points can go towards the How the Ref Would Book challenge. We have a community goal, 150,000 points. Once we do that, I am going to be putting out a particular booking video, and I'll start doing it on a little more regular basis. Based on everything that's gone on this week, you know exactly what my first booking video is going to be. Mainly because it's going to get 3 million views, probably, from what's been going on here lately. But I have a lot of ideas what's going to be going on here in WWE in the next week here, which is going to absolutely... I'm going to make sure I wait till it goes out and it goes the way that it's going. And if it turns into a mitigated disaster, well, we'll let it get to a mitigated disaster. But yeah, let me get back to it. No one hates a hobby, movie, game, etc. more than the people who are fans of things. Yeah, like... Yeah, I personally feel that if you get a little bit too much behind a fan base, like if you get obsessed with something, it ends up being more of an issue more than something you want to deal with here. We're looking forward to WWE 2K24. I hope it doesn't get delayed with removing Vinny and Brock. No, I don't think it will at all. They'll just take that one match out at WrestleMania 30 because I guarantee you that's the one that Brock's featured in more than anything. I would almost say WrestleMania 17, they might have to make some revisionist history on Austin getting a chair from McMahon. And just trying to think of the WrestleMania moments. Removing Vince from the rest of them isn't going to be that big of a deal, I don't think. Because you could almost replace half. HBK and Vince HBK, Vince Hogan, yeah. I could see them just literally taking those matches right out of showcase mode. They could probably add a couple others. The only thing that sucks is probably if you were running through it, WrestleMania 19, the only other one you could do maybe, I would have to say the worst part that you would have to do for 19 would have to be Jericho and Michaels, but Yeah, it's not really too complicated. Just omit the files and move on kind of thing. If anything, they can redo the patch later to fix it up. So fun fact, Sting is scheduled to be at GalaxyCon an hour from you, 12 days after his retirement match. I love the fact that Sting's going to get out there and still, do the signings. But it's the fact that Sting's going to be able to go out the way he wants to go out. Like, straight up, he doesn't want singles matches. He's stated it. So, long play here, and I know I've said this before, and please tell me if you think I'm completely crazy here. This is the long play story of how to get the FTR versus Young Bucks rematch, considering Cash doesn't stay in jail. Because what you do here is let Sting and Darby win tonight. And then at Revolution, Sting and Darby lose the title to the Bucks. And then that eventually leads the Bucks to take it on FTR. Because the way they tried to outbook themselves out of this this Bucks FTR stuff just, it boggles my mind sometimes, but Glock on a pole match. I could see it. There's so many great matches that won't be in, even without Vince, Brock, Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Christian, Hardy's. Yeah, absolutely. Glock at a glove box match. Pole's too obvious. So are we assuming Starks is WWE bound? No, not at all. I honestly feel that Starks should be Double A as a guest referee. My personal opinion, you give Starks one more contract. Starks stays here, grows a little bit more. Glock Anderson on a pole match. Winner gets Cody's spine. Sorry, you got to whistle on that. All right, well, here's Sting's customary dive. Jesus. 60 freaking 3 years old. Do you think the Vince stuff has deterred people from signing with WWE? It's not necessarily just the Vince stuff. It's we don't really know what's going on right now. And I think TNA is running into the same problem now today after they fired Scott D'Amore. Same thing with Stardom after they fired their former booker and owner. Like, promotions really don't know what their stability is right now. I mean, The Rock did a wrestling equivalent of cucking Cody Rhodes here. Let's put it this way. You got to watch tomorrow night. Like, it's easily going to be the most watched press conference WWE is going to have in a very long time. Because even The Rock was teasing that it was a long game. Today when he got off the plane, he was just trying to make it cocky about that, but we'll see what happens there, but I have no faith in WWE booking right now. Tomorrow night's going to be a big fork in the road. Yeah, like, there's so many things coming up down the road here. The Rock is going to say whatever right now. Whatever gets some clicks and views, yeah. Like, hell, it's been an absolute crazy time of year here. If the goal is to get people not talking about Vince, then they achieved it. Exactly. That's the thing. A lot of people think that's what happened here in this case. I don't think it's going to go away. I think the fact that somebody in the press is going to bring it up on Thursday here. And it is, I think it's going to be a lot more advantageous for people to ask it tomorrow night than there would be during a Royal Rumble press conference, because The reason they're doing this in Vegas is because it's Super Bowl week. You're going to have a lot of mainstream reporters there, not just the wrestling reporters per se. Bet there'll be a lot of screening of questions. Every reporter that has gone to any one of those press conferences has said they have never been screened for any of the questions they ask. It's up on, and remember the game says it perfectly here. Hopefully the PR folk coach trips on how to answer this time. It's up to them to answer properly. It's not about, But new owners, yeah, well, Dana White, his answer to when there was some homophobic comments by one of his fighters, same thing. Yeah, we are going to focus on the good this week. What's that phrase we use for that? I won't even give him the credit to get the full clip. It's a horrible thing. We're investigating. Can't say much more than that. Like, seriously, that's all we had to do. It just makes sense. But once again, Triple H just lost himself a bunch of credibility. And here's the thing. It's all about, I find life is a lot about currency. Whether it be emotional currency, reputation currency, bank account currency. Jesus! Sting got rocked there. Holy crap. Oh my God, Darby's dead. Darby's dead. R.I.P. He just came crashing off Mount Everest. I love how Excalibur's trying to pump a match for Saturday and all of a sudden that happens. Jesus. So two other CMLL guys are going to be taking on Moxley and Claudio. They're definitely using their CMLL guys while they can. It actually makes sense that they're in this part of the states. Like they're in Phoenix now. They're going to be in Vegas on Saturday, which is going to be a lot of fun. The fact that they have everyone from the Super Bowl is going to be wanting to see some action, and hopefully that's going to turn it into a good gate. But then they're in Austin on Wednesday, so they're pretty much staying in this southern junket right now. Ah, yes, the infamous overrun. It's pretty amazing. Oh, geez. Darby Allin must be in some form of pain all times, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, right after this whole thing with Sting and Darby, once Sting retires here, Darby's actually going to climb Mount Everest. And that's for shoot. That's for real. So that's why I book it. I'm playing the book the way I do here. Big G, I could do. I want to see video. If I want to see video of you climbing Mount Everest there, Mr. McGee. And yeah, Zodiac, Zodiac, we could even know that they're bullface lying about a bunch of stuff, but the fact that they talk in lawyer speak, you can sort of read between the lines and it would have been a lot safer. That's the problem. Rather than saying, no, we can't talk about it, we're like, I choose not to talk about it. Makes it sound like you said you can talk about it. That's the part that makes it horrible. If Trips would have turned around and said, no, of course I can't talk about it. You guys should know that by now. Then fine. You make the reporters feel small, but at least you answer the question. No, Bill's going through that table. I think we all know that. There it is. One leg over. Oh, a little crotch ride. Still the finisher. Oh, and if you guys didn't hear, they made AEW made an announcement today on their games page that Swerve at the Beach is going to be available February 28th. So I think we get a new arena and we get Swerve involved too. So might have to go take a look at that on a future stream here too. So that might actually be that March 6th stream. We can fire that up for an hour. All right. That was hot. That was rough. Darby missed. Thank God Big Bill saved it. There it is. Scorpion Deathlock. Look at Bill. He is literally carrying Oh, Darby went to the eye. Oh, God. I'm glad that the referees know the rules a little bit better on some of these things. Wow. That was awesome right there. Perfect timing by Starks. He doesn't want to do it. Oh, no, that's what he... I love this. I love how this is finishing up here. Sting is being Super Sting as always. Oh, got caught. And there it is. It is definitely playing out the way I thought it would here. Gotta say, a really good match. The whole story worked out really well. No real, I wouldn't say any horrible botches throughout the whole thing. Few missed dives, which, you know, just going to happen. But this whole night, like, my God. Sting's boys. It's almost like the boys don't know what really to think of this whole thing, right? But yeah, it sucks that Big Bill and Ricky got to suffer for this storyline, but it's also that why aren't we getting everybody jumping the rail at this point? Can I go sit in that chair just so I can jump the rail? Maybe we could do that in Edmonton here in a couple months. Big Bill's such a great story too. Yeah, like he's never had a title before. Thank you for popping in, and thank you for hearing about the second stream. Thank you for all the great work. Thank you for being here, everybody. I do appreciate it. Yeah, it's almost impossible to believe that Big Bill has never had a title before, but he had a hell of a run, and I don't think this is going to be the end. Oh, there it is. It's Nicholas and Matthew. No, Zodiac, I appreciate everybody being here tonight, but these guys. Like, you want to start building up some heat for the title match? This is how you're going to do it. Since Sting's not bleeding, they both want to get to Darby so that you see Darby literally just wiping his head all over both these guys. EVP trigger now. But the fact they took out Sting's kids. So it almost makes you wonder what Tony Khan's going to be able to do about this. Well, if we didn't have this feud lining up now, we're on a direct collision course now, no pun intended. I don't mind this change of character, though. This is a fun finish. I'll say that. Congratulations to Sting and Darby, but now you know what the actual goal is, to get those tag titles. And restore some class to the tag team division here. I'm sure of it. It just makes all the sense in the world here. All in all, just an absolutely fantastic night of wrestling, and then big business, March 13th. It is going to be a ton of fun to watch. So, yeah, I can't wait. If Cash goes to prison, Adam and Christian, absolutely. I could see them verging from there, but that's something we could think about when it happens. And I'm pretty sure that TK is going to be able to swerve his way out of that one. All pun intended. But yeah, once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here. This is going to wrap up the AEW Dynamite Sidecast here for another week. It is always great to hear from each and every one of you. And big business. It's going to be... I'm going to have to get a cash register ching out of that right away. So we'll just have that set up here coming up in Boston. I can't wait. I think I got exactly the guest I want to get here for that show. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it.